Famed economist Thomas Sowell said, "In a free market, prices convey useful information telling producers how much of a given product to make. All prices are flexible and change over time when the ratio of supply and demand change." He also added, "Four things have almost invariably followed the imposition of controls to keep prices below the level they would reach under supply and demand in a free market. 1. Increased use of the product or service whose price is controlled. 2. Reduced supply of the same product or service. 3. Quality deterioration. And 4. Black markets." Venezuela is a prime example of big government and government meddling with the price of products and services gone terribly wrong. Recent reports have shown the people of Venezuela are suffering through food shortages, power outages, a collapsed healthcare system, and one of the world's worst crime rates, and also an increasing inflation rate that will reach nearly 500% this year alone. And despite the fact that thousands of Venezuelans are crossing into Colombia to buy food and medicine, Venezuelan officials deny that there is a crisis. Venezuela's economy is estimated to be shrinking by about 10% this year alone, while consumer prices have gone up more than 700%. And Venezuela is also on the brink of a default, with the worst performing bonds in the world for over 2 years. Venezuela went from one socialist regime to another, and the results are only getting worse, starting with Hugo Chávez's destructive policies of collectivism, government control, and the expropriation of private property. Venezuelans now face Nicolás Maduro's forced labor laws and unsustainable wage mandates with price controls. Growing government and socialist policies had led to the current disaster in Venezuela. And instead of scaling Maduro's government, it is interfering more and more with people's private lives and their dreams. This is the third time the minimum wage has been hiked in 2016, but the situation continues to grow worse. The Venezuelan disaster shows clearly that without free markets, private sector growth is nearly impossible. Government mandates do far more harm than good. Venezuela is a clear example of what happens when government grows too big and tries to do too much. It's clear that the result is to crush economic opportunity and impose even greater scarcity on the poorest in society. The people of Venezuela deserve economic opportunity and a path to prosperity. That requires a restoration of private property, respect for workers and entrepreneurs, and economic freedom in the lives of all Venezuelans.